I purchased the Uniden X86 Travel Pack on special. I'm going to be installing it into my N70 Hilux. These are the tools I used. Also, I would normally use something like fencing wire to bring the unit's wiring into the cab, but I already had a large cable sticking through the firewall that I could attach to this time. I will also get some conduit and Velcro tape at a later time. .22mm spanner. This is how I ran the antenna cable through the engine bay and into the cab. I will be putting conduit over it later. This is where I would generally tape the cable to some wire and push it through this grommet. It usually requires a lot of tape so it doesn't pop off. I removed the glove box to try and get better access to the grommet. This was not particularly necessary given where I'm mounting the unit. However, I believe mounting behind the glove box is a popular option. The glove box has these little clips to hold it in place. I just pulled at a 45-degree angle and it came out. This is the back side of the grommet. I taped the antenna cable to this existing, unused red cable and pulled it through. I ran the antenna cable through here. I'm going to be mounting the unit just in front of the center console. It's pretty filthy under here. I removed the fuse cover and chose a fuse to tap for power. There is a diagram on the back labeling the fuses. I already have a fuse tap in for my volt gauge. The owner's manual also has a labeled diagram of the fuses. I want to pick a fuse that gets power only when the key is on. I don't want a constant power supply. The cigarette lighter would have been a good option, but it's already being used. I have opted for the windscreen wipers fuse. This would mean if there was a problem with this connection, the wipers would not work. I don't recommend this option. I use my multimeter to check that I get power when the key is on and no power when the key is off. Now the key is on, I poke the red end into the little metal hole on the back of the fuse, and the black end I touch on a bolt to use as a ground point. I want about 12 volts. Now the key is off, I do the same thing, but I want the reading to be 0. This is the fuse tap I am using. It makes it easy to get a power supply without having to cut into or solder any wires. I pull the wiper fuse and put it in the fuse tap. I then place another fuse in the back slot of the fuse tap. This will be the fuse for my UHF. I run the red power cable from the UHF unit under the trim to the front of the car. I will then connect this to the fuse tap. I crimp the UHF power cable and fuse tap together. Now I have power for my UHF. I need to select a ground point for my ground wire. I'm using this bolt hole under the center trim. It fits an M8 bolt. I'll also use a washer and ring terminal. Crimp. I test continuity on my ground point. I want as close to 0 as possible. This is probably not that necessary, but I did it anyway. I connect the aerial to the unit. I connect the cable for the handset to the unit and run it to the front. I then plug in the handset. I'm going to use Velcro tape to hold the unit in place here. I'll use cable ties to secure wires out of the way. I reinstall all the trim.